but it's not. It's just those people don't have enough information to make an informed decision. And very often you've got to try and test something with a whole lot of people before you actually get your yeses. And it's so easy when you get the no's to go, oh well.
But it's again, if you look at it on a relationship also level, right? Like when you see a guy you want or you see a girl you want, and you're trying to think like, should I make my move or not? So you always, like I always say, you need to remind yourself the no is already there because that person is not there. So
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean the no is always there?
Okay, so let's say I'm gonna try to make a move. Like I saw you and I really like you and I want to make a move.
Yeah.
We're not friends. There's nothing between us, right?
Yeah.
So it's already a no. There's nothing nothing.
You see, I already see it as a yes.
So if I come to you, I can only win. I can either get like a yes as a win because the no is already there.
If you don't do anything, there's going to be nothing anyway.
Exactly.
So,
and it's the same on the business level.
So why not just
take it? So if I reach someone and I've started a business opportunity, he's not my client yet.
Yeah.
But I can still maybe get an option that he will say yes. So it's like, I've got nothing to lose.
And I also think when you do get that very clear, adamant no, and the person's not giving you anything to work with, then I think it's also very good to know when to walk away from that and not continue with that. Go, okay, fine, I respect that, move on, and really try and connect with people that are wanting to know more, or they believe what you believe and they're buying into what it is that you are trying to promote or sell them, as opposed to trying to transform or convince somebody that you can help them or you can add value, when if they're not buying into that and they're on a whole different tangent, I think that's just too much energy.
Yeah,
right?
but that's again like you need to understand. So if let's say you decide to sell not a service, we'll take a product.
Okay, let's go service because I know service.
No, but product is more makes sense to this. I'll
say like the example. Okay.
So like if I want to sell a product, do people actually need this product? Is it a new product in the market? Because if it is, it means that I need to teach people how to use it, and there's much more investment in it. And it's not that easy. So that's where you also need to understand a lot. Do I actually have the time and I want to put the effort in educating the market and teaching the market about that product? Or do I sell a product that everyone's got it? So let's say I decide to sell cell phones. So every second person can sell today cell phones. So what's unique about me? There's a lot of things like, you see, like you need to understand,
yes,
and a lot of investment, a lot of risk that you need to take, and it's part of your personality. So you can say, yeah, no, I can do it. I'm like, I can teach the market about this new product. But then like you see that it's not working. So it's something in you don't know how to teach it. So you need to maybe give up because maybe the market is not ready for your product yet.
Yeah, that's I think where timing comes in, which is actually what we want to cover that next week. Well, next week is a holiday, so on the Wednesday we're going to be doing the podcast.
And I just reminding you, if you like what we're speaking about, you agree, disagree, feel free to communicate with us. Like, love, write some comments. If you've got questions, we're here to answer. So it's a free discussion.
So next week we're going to focus on the timing, because the timing I think is very important, especially with a product or a service. You know, if you think about Airbnb and you think about Uber, it was all about the timing. It was during a recession, people wanted to save money, so it made sense. And I think it's the same with products, you know, or with services. It is about the timing, and it's about how committed you are and where your passion lies, and do people actually want what it is you're offering? Because you might think, I don't know, whatever it is you're offering is amazing, but actually no one else does.
But that's part of doing the research. And if you actually research and check everything before you actually just get inside to the business, you will see. So like, I can say I've got a friend from a different country that she's very good in marketing, but I don't think she can necessarily go open like a consulting company there, because there's so many, you know. So it's also so you can. No, so in certain places you got so many out of something.
No,
that you don't think something really special in you.
That's what I mean. Yes. So I think if she can come up with something very, very unique to her, there's a million coffee shops, but everybody knows Vida.
Yeah, but like, okay, so the country where I'm talking about, it also what happened is that a lot of people are trying, and then they see they don't get the clients and everything. So they actually give up and go back to work like for like a big company or something like that. So it's again,
They need
that's
to
part of the
find-
research and find your niche and find
Yeah,
the place that you
exactly.
go to.
You need
And
to
it's not
find
easy.
that. Yeah, what is your absolute, like, what would you say that your niche is? Like, what makes you want to continue? What is it that makes you feel that?
So I think if I look at myself, so I know that for me it's my knowledge and also my background from where I'm coming from, my culture, different things. So I come with a different perspective. So I look in things very, sorry for that nose, but I look at things very differently. And that's where I'm coming from.
So from a broader global.
Yes.
Okay.
So, and also part of my personality, I will be more pushing, more asking, looking more not in a tunnel, more like in a wide lens. So it's part of it.
Okay.
And you?
I'd say with mine, where I feel that I'm on to something that in this direction is that when I got into the business development side for health professionals, that was in March, and in April, Virgin Active rolled out the personal training finishing school. So in essence, they're realizing the importance of developing personal trainers from a business side in order for them to develop their business, because in essence, they're business owners. So the fact that I'd rolled this out in March and then they'd rolled theirs out in April made me realize that if there wasn't a need in the market, it wouldn't be something that the health industry and fitness industry are focusing on. So that was such a validation for me of going, there's a need for that.
But you didn't took much of a risk if you look at your type of business and service.
Yeah.
And that's also something you need to bear in mind. Like, are you taking a risk in the type of business you're doing? So for you didn't have much investment, you just shifted a bit. You just shifted your business. That's like if I look at my business, also I'm shifting it in different ways and I'm adding more stuff to my service. So I'm not taking risks. And also like it's again, remember like what your personality is. Are you willing to take risks or not? Because most people are not. And that's what we said, to do things to go outside of your comfort zone like we do.
And I think
but we do it with less risks. That's us.
And I think also to do it with having walked the journey, because for me, I've walked the journey of being in the fitness industry, not having had the personal development, not having had the business development business experience, and having walked that journey, and for the last 6 years, having been immersed in it, realizing that there's such a need for that. So I got into this whole arena because of my personal journey. So that's where my uniqueness is.
And
my journey.
It's important also to enjoy the journey, okay? So as you said, like having your own business, it's a roller coaster. So one day you're up, one day you're down. But you need to learn to enjoy the journey, you learn a lot from the different obstacles that you come across with.
And manage the voices in your head.
Sure, that's the most difficult part.
Yeah, I'm a big one for that. I'm absolutely, the voices in your head are just, they can get so loud, and I think just to be able to manage those and to work with those.
I think it's easy to come and say like, I'm done, I'm giving up, that's it, like I'm closing my business and I'm out of it. But if you actually stop for a second and you recalculate everything and reflect, right? And then you say, okay, this is where I am. This is the milestone that I got into.
Yeah.
What have I lost? What have I investment? What's coming? What's not? Look at it as a scale. And say, okay, can I do more or do I need help? If you can do more, do it. If you need help, go to the help and see what's going on and then make a decision. Should I stay or should I go?
I think when you're at a crossroads, though, the key thing is, instead of getting too emotionally angst about it, which is so easy, I know because I can do it myself, is to take a step back, meditate if that's what you believe in, self-reflect, which is not the same as meditation, do that if that's what you believe in, but almost to step outside of what's going on in your head and literally just sit in silence of whatever that is. Maybe it's sitting on the beach, maybe it's whatever that is for you.
So I like, for example, to go for a walk on the beach or just sit and listen to my music and do my yoga and clear my mind, and then the ideas are coming in and it's like, okay, so now it's not my time to give up yet.
But you don't want to be making decisions when you're feeling highly emotional, because then you're completely irrational and you're not thinking practically. You need to step out of that noise, out of that business, and then stepping out to look in and go, oh, okay, it's not as hectic as what I thought. There's just so much going
I
on.
don't think it's never hectic. I think it's like us that always complicate things. Let's
do
start
too.
from that. I think
Yeah.
us as human beings, we always complicating it.
And it's actually so simple.
And it's so simple.
Yeah.
And the answer is so clear and it's there. And it's again, even like on, if you put some money in. So let's say you invested 50,000 rand. You know that you need to get 50,000 rand on top, right? Like at least 50,000 rand to get
To
it
break
equal.
even, yeah.
So it's very simple. Now just plan, how do you do it? How do you get your 50,000 back?
Yeah.
And maybe you say in the beginning, I'll get it from different places. So let's say I don't want to take a risk. I'm going to stay at my daily job and run my business on the same time until it's going to get my investment back, and then I'll continue. It's also an option.
Yeah.
So I think the situation is very clear and it's very easy, but we tend, like, you know what, if you look at children, right? So if you ask a child the question, the answer is very clear for him. We as human beings, we always complicate, like as like an adult, we complicate.
We do. Because we think too much.
We think too much, and it's in everything. Like even like you teach a child how to walk, he's walking and falling, walking and falling. We as adults, we always afraid.
What, when,
like,
can we, can't we, should we, shouldn't we? When
When I
is it
do
the right
my
day,
head
right
balance,
time?
I'm afraid like I'm gonna break my neck. Or something.
Yeah.
But it's like in your mind. So are we letting our fears control us? Are we pushing ourselves? And also, are we aware to everything's around us? And are we listening to the different business opportunities around us? Because there's always business opportunities out there. We just need to be aware for them.
I think for this week until our next one, which is going to be on Wednesday, because Tuesday's a public holiday, maybe if you are one of those people that are at a crossroads and going, okay, like, do I stay? Do I go? I'm feeling stuck. I don't know what to do. Maybe a really good starting point is start writing things down. Make a list of where you see yourself, what you want, what your challenges are, and write those things down. Start breaking them down, because the reason I called my company Shift My Degree is because my tagline is small changes, big results. So when you break things down, then they never seem as bad. You break it down, you go, oh, I can do that. Every day you do one small thing, I can do that. But you look at it as a big mountain, you go, oh my gosh, I can't, I just won't. And it's terrifying.
It is true.
So just start by doing that. And then the next time when we have our next session and we're chatting about this, we can briefly go over that and look at timing and tell me when is a good time to start a business or to.
And I also think like that
grow
you can, if you're not even sure, okay, what to do with your business, is this your time now to stop, to give up, or should you give it another chance?
Yeah.
You can also reach out to us. And we can definitely advise you.
Just don't sit in limbo. Don't sit in limbo. You don't want to wake up in 5 years' time and go, and I know I've done that myself. That's why I'm curious. But you don't want to wake up in 5 years' time and go, oh, what was I doing for the last 3-4 years? Oh, that's right. I was flogging a dead horse. Like, you just don't want to be doing that. You want to make sure that whatever you're doing is getting you forward and you're not in limbo. I'm so good at limbo. Like, you just don't want to be in limbo.
It is, and that's part of it. So I also like to to write things down and like put everything on a scale and say like, okay, is it worth it? Is it not? What am I getting out of it? Should I do it? Should I not?
Yeah.
And I always calculate like in my mind, and also I always like, because my mom was a banker, so I'm calculating everything, all my risks. But it is, and if you actually not sure, so just feel free, to contact us, because sometimes another point of view, another perspective will help you, to see things in a different light. And I do it also for my business. I sometimes ask friends for advice, people that come from the same industry. So I'll ask people here. I find different way to network and figure it out more. Like you always, and I think that was part of your values that you said in the beginning, education, but we spoke about the knowledge part.
Yeah.
That you need to grow and develop all the time.
Never stop.
Especially when you have your own business. You always need to find a way how to grow constantly.
When you get to that little block, I
think we should we're about to
wrapping it up.
Yes.
So just to summarize about today, and just to look at where you're at, and instead of feeling overwhelmed, which is so easy, and instead of feeling like stuck, look at ways of finding a solution, because there are always solutions, and
there's always the solution is always there. You actually just need to open your eyes and
you will find it. And we will be back on Wednesday, same time, and we'll be talking about timing. When is a good time?
It is, and do your research. Really, like I think, like if we look at everything we spoke about, from the beginning that we start that journey of the podcast, we spoke about learn yourself first. What's your strength? What's your weaknesses? Put yourself some goals, some targets to where you want to be on a personal level, on a business level. We spoke about learning to take risk, and even as a risk, it's not only financially, it's also putting yourself out there
mentally,
and emotionally,
psychologically.
and go outside of your comfort zone, because it is part of it. And what's your values? What's your, what do you believe in?
Yeah.
And where do you want to take with it? And make sure like that everything you do on a personal level is also aligned with your business level. Because once it's aligned, your motivation for your business will be in a different place. Your decision making will be a different, perspective. And next we're going to cover it also from the timing side. So as I said, like if you like our stuff, love or comment, and we're here to advise you.
Yeah.
Have a great week.
Yep.
You too.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.